Hi everybody, Janet Robin here, and we're going to talk about basic slide technique. So just a quick little history about slide. There's a lot of stories floating around about how slide began, but the folklore story that I heard was a lot of musicians, blues guys and blues girls hanging out at the juke joints down south. There was fighting going on after shows, after drinking, and I think there were a lot of broken beer bottles with broken bottlenecks hanging out on the floor. I'm sure one of the guitar players took it up and was just like, well, I wonder what that sounds like against the strings. That's at least one of the stories I heard. Nevertheless, the slide revolution was born. Let's discuss quickly all the different kinds of slides. All right. So bottleneck first was glass. Now we have this plexiglass as well. We have a ceramic type. We have a metal, like a steel. And this little guy, which is called a thimble slide, it's brass. Okay, now let's discuss the sizes. It's kind of based on tone and also, of course, the size of your fingers. Now, I got this plexiglass one to fit my pinky. I tend to like playing slide with my pinky because it leaves these three fingers open to do other things. This has a unique kind of little thicker type of sound, the ceramic one. And then the standard one that's used a lot is this metal slide, very common, okay? And last but not least, this very unique thimble slide. And what this is it fits on your finger so that you still have this area to press down on. So now you have all of your regular fingers to make a chord or lick. You have to get a little used to it because it's kind of stiff here. And you do lose a little bit of tone because it's much thinner than the other slides and shorter. Okay. So for purposes of, explaining the tones, I'm going to just demonstrate quickly. Here's the steel. Here's the ceramic. A little bit thicker sounding, I'd say. Plexiglass. It kind of has a combination tone of the ceramic slide and the metal slide to me. And last but not least, the thimble slide in brass. Slightly thinner, more on the steel metal type of slide. So I'm going to stick with the plexiglass one, and just for demonstration purposes, and I'm going to be using my pinky. Okay, let's dive in to the actual technique of playing slide. Now, here's the deal. You cannot play the slide over your regular fret bar square here. You have to do it over the bar, directly over the bar, not like in between the fret bars, the little rectangle that you're used to. Because this is what it would sound like. We don't want that. We want to hear the note. And you're going to get most of the sound from, pretty much all the sound from being directly over the fret bar. The other thing you need to know is you need to keep it directly straight in order to get the best tone. You can't be like that. It's just not going to sound good. And last but not least, you have to have a very light, delicate touch. We're not pressing, and we're not pressing a chord. We're not pressing hard on the string at all. We're just laying very lightly on it. Okay. Now when I slide, I tend to keep my thumb here, depending on how long the slide is. If I'm just going, just like that, 2 frets up, I'm going to leave my thumb here and have as least motion as possible. All right. If you're going to move up higher, of course, you have to move your thumb down and you've got to, jump all the way up here. But let's just do this for now. Real simple. Now, take this fret bar, which is 7, and the fret bar of 9. It's the second fret bar. okay? That's what we want to hear in slide. I picked it twice. Okay, let's do 3 of those. Straight across, slide straight across. Don't move anything, just straight across. That's 1, 2, 3. All right, now I'm going to add the 4th string. So we're going to do this. Just real simple. Move up a little. Very important, keep your slide straight as you're sliding across. Okay, let's do 3 of these. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, now a really cool, important technique along with just these basic slide positioning is the vibrato. It's heavily used in slide playing. And this is a different vibrato than we're used to, you know, than that kind of vibrato. We're going to go left and right like you would on violin. Okay, I'm doing a rather fast one. You can do whatever speed you want. Either way, you have to get used to doing that technique. So let's come down to the 2nd bar of the 9th fret. Let's lay, you know, very lightly over that G, that 3rd string, and I want you to pluck it and go left and right. Little tiny moves. Okay, now you're going to try to go faster. Try to get as even as possible. My whole hand is not shaking, it's just moving left and right. If anything's shaking, it's this part. I've still got my thumb. So, So work on that vibrato. It's super, super important. And remember, you can't do vibrato like, it's not going to sound good. You got to do tiny little moves fast. All right, now let's talk about strumming more strings. Also super cool, right? So all I'm doing there is I'm taking string 4, 3, 2, a little bit of 1 in case I hit it. I'm strumming and I'm just all over all of those strings, just directly over them. Adding a vibrato at the end. Okay, now I happen to be in E major, so I know that it can slide in this area. There's another E up here, so I know that I can use these notes too. Right? Those notes are in the scale as well. So you want to make sure you know where you're going to go dependent on the key of the song. All right? That's going to determine where you're going to get to do your slide notes. Last but not least, I want to show you the little cool thing I did at the end, a little kind of a Zeppelin-y sounding thing. Basically, I just went all the way up here past the fretboard. I'm doing right hand really fast strumming. And I'm just very lightly going down, and I'm laying on 3, 2, and 1, and very lightly going down and slowly going down the fretboard while I'm right hand strumming fast, okay? It sounds kind of cool if you hit an E. All right. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson about basic slide guitar. As I've said in the past, another important great technique to know as guitar players. So remember, be patient with yourself, take your time, do repetitions, practice hard, practice strong, and practice long. See you next time.